Hey folks, welcome to the channel. So in today's build, we're going to do some canister Damascus with cable. I've actually been working on this project for quite a while. I've had some stops and starts. One of the reasons because I was waiting for my heat treating oven, which now has arrived, and you'll see why I need to use that in this video later on. But stay tuned. Let's see how this works out. It's going to be a chef's knife made out of cable canister Damascus. All right, I'm ready to build this canister. Got some 1095 powder. I'm going to place this at the bottom. This is a stainless steel tube, and I've got this cable, and I've split all these up into little cable strands. Hopefully I can just get them in one bunch. Good. So those fit pretty nice. And then 1095 on top. Got to vibrate this a while just to make sure we get it in all the cracks. Sometimes I actually use a palm sander for this and just take a palm sander and hold it against it, but this one's not that big.
You can tell this was a while ago, before I had my MIG welder. The canister came off no problem. Here I am drawing this out to make a chef's knife with an integrated bolster. Hey folks, so in my rush to use my new Hey Button anvil, I forgot to turn the camera on. So just to explain what I did. So I stretched this out, I reformed the tip, and then I bent the whole blade kind of this way, knowing that once I hammered in the bevels, it would straighten out, which it's done, and it's coming along. So pretty much got the shape I want. Now I got to work on just stretching this out. I'm going to compress this down, get a tang out of this. But the integrated bolsters come out really nice. It's pretty centered. You know, I got a little work to do to fix it up a little bit, but it's looking really good. Well, here we are, folks. Pretty straight. Bolster's a pretty good size, exactly what I need. Time to take this to the grinder and fix the profile. Okay, to get the bolster even on both sides, I've just taken a straight edge, put it along here on alongside each side of the blade, put a marker there, so now I'll be able to take calipers and just measure from here to the edge and just even those up, and roughed it in on both sides. Okay, it's time to mill this out. Yes, you could do this with a file guide and with a file, but hey folks, I got a mill, so that's what I'm doing. I think what I'm going to do is do this top edge here, and then I'm going to plunge the cutter down on both sides so I don't have to do a lot of side cutting here. 3/8 should be fine. I don't care how close to the tang I get, how rounded it is, because that's just going to be inside the handle. So let's give it a shot. So here we are after milling. Looks pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect. I see a few little ripples here, but I haven't heat treated this yet anyway, so I'll probably have to go over this again after the heat treat. But I wanted it just so I didn't have to mill a bunch of hardened steel afterwards. So, okay, normalization and heat treat. Well, folks, you'll see this is my first heat treat. End up doing a second one later, and you'll see why. Everything seems like it's going well at this point. I moved to 80 grit to do some final grinding on this blade. I'm trying to hand sand this baby, and of course, integrated bolster, I can't put it into the hand sanding vise. So what I'm going to do is make a little sled for it. So I'm going to just grind out a space here so that the bolster lays flat. So I'll have a little area, and then I can lock that whole thing in there. So been working on this cable Damascus chef's knife, and as I'm hand sanding it, I'm seeing, I don't know if you see it on the camera, just some discolorations here, and they get worse as it gets thicker up here. You can kind of see it on this side. At first I thought, oh, it's just the cable coming through, but it's really not. So it looks like I have some soft spots on the blade, and it's purely, I'm pretty sure, is cosmetic because the edge is fine, but I'm not happy with it. So I've decided I'm going to try and heat treat it again. And the only reason I'm heat treating again is because my heat treating oven comes tomorrow, so I'll be able to control this. So what I'm worried about is this is a really, really fine edge. Probably one of the nicest grinds I've done on a chef's knife. Beautiful distal taper. It's dead straight. Really nice fine edge. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to put it in this stainless steel pouch. I'm going to fold it up. I'm going to leave kind of an area where I think I'm going to be able to cut it, pull it out, dip it in the oil pretty quickly so I don't lose a lot of heat. So that's what we're going to try. So this is going to be my first attempt at heat treating using the oven. And then right after that, it's going to go between these plates, which I'm normally going to use for stainless steel, but I'm worried about this edge turning into bacon and getting all warped. So I'm going to clamp it between these plates as soon as I heat treat it, and hopefully it'll stay nice and straight.
Yeah, that was me slicing my finger open on the foil.
So there it is in the pouch. The hope is heat it up a little past what we need, cut it, hold it with tongs, cut it, put another pair of tongs, pull it out, and quench it. And then immediately between the plates. Fingers crossed. So here it is after the second heat treat, which didn't go well. It heat treated just fine, but as I feared, it had a bacon edge, which meant it was all wavy after the heat treat. So what I ended up doing is it was actually to about here. So I ended up taking about that, maybe about that much off the blade, which took the kind of bacon edge out off of it. So I'll still get a blade, but it's going to end up being a 7-inch blade. But I'm happy with that. I just wasn't happy with the color, but now it looks like the heat treat went great. I just gotta grind some edges just to make it's got a little bit of a wave in it, but I know I can take that out, so that's what I've done. So let's get to it. All done the hand sanding on the blade, time to fit up a handle. So what I've decided to do, I had this piece of bird's eye maple and a block of Ziricote by themselves it was kind of boring. So I figured what I would do is cut them on an angle, put a piece of red G10, put them like this. So this way, when you round the handle, you'll get a little piece of this plus the Cerakote and the red. I think it'll look pretty good. And I actually have two handles to do, so this works out perfectly. So let's glue them up. So here's our handle material all glued up. This red piece will pop a little more once it's sanded, but I like it. So I've also etched the handle. You'll see it on the final. So now I'm just going to take the tang, draw it on here, and then go drill it. Sorry, but I forgot to turn the camera on for the glue up. Sorry folks, no cut test for this one, but trust me, it'll be sharp when I sharpen it. Wanted to get this video in the can. Thanks folks. If you got something out of this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.